I want to thank everybody for turning out today for our webinar Eliminating Obstacles That Prevent Promo Sales. And I've got a different take on this today about there are obstacles in this industry that you probably don't know about. I'm going to try and point them out for you. And I want to thank you for turning out, and we're going to have a great show today. And I would like to point out all the great suppliers on the screen right now. They all make these webinars possible. And there's not one supplier on that screen that I would not stand behind, that I have bought from them, and they are top line suppliers. And in today's world, that's who you need to deal with. And shortly here, Chris Hodge, who's been a longtime friend of mine at Innovation Line, is going to do a little 4-minute presentation on how their technology will help you get more business and keep your customers. And the 5 obstacles that I have identified that keep people back in the promotional products business is I don't think there are many people that really understand the industry basics. There's just a certain way that you have to do things, and if you don't do it, it's not going to work for you. And I know that's true because people all the time tell me that I am not doing this right, even though I've done it a long time. And a lot of people that sell a lot, people come around and they think they can take my business with lower prices, making up things, which is not true. And then you need to learn how to get customers. I don't think some distributors don't know how to acquire customers. And then after that, you perfect the trade. That means you get even better at what you do. And then you expand into different markets, calling on different segments of companies or industries you've never called on, and then you dominate the market. And dominant distributors are the ones that sell all the orders by having premium programs in place. They sell calendars every year. They have good residual business. So I'm going to say there's 5 levels of expertise, and we don't want to be like the man in the blindfold. Does this distributor know his status? Evidently, he does not. And I've got 2 great coupons on the screen right now, one for ID Line, who I buy name badges from, and Southern Plus, who is a great outdoor marketing company. And Tiffany Tarr with Distributor Central is the sharpest person I know in the industry in technology, and she's on the screen, she's going to introduce herself right now. And then at the end of the show, she's going to take control of the screen and she's going to show you how to up your game with your web presence. So are you there, Tiffany?
I am. Thanks, Don, for having me again on your webinar. I'm really excited to hear Chris talk today, too. I'm Tiffany Tarr with Distributor Central, and we do have a completely free cutting-edge website solution and research solution for distributors in the promotional products industry. And there's some things that we're working on and working towards for this last half of the year that I believe will be time-saving and really great integrations for distributors to even make your websites more functional. And I'll talk a little bit about those integrations and how you can use DC to be as effective as possible on the web.
And when Tiffany says that, I believe her, because Distributor Central does company stores, they do product search, they do e-commerce websites. I've used them since they started, and they have never, ever let me down. Now let's talk about understanding industry basics. If you don't understand industry basics, you're going to end up trying to sell a guy like this one with the beard. He is a career killer. You deal with people like that, you're going to do nothing but fail, because they only want a cheaper price and they don't care about you. And distributors who do not understand industry basics, all they do is ruin it for everybody else, because that just exacerbates the opinion that this is a trinkets and trash business if you don't understand how to do this. And what I think you should do to understand industry basics is to be able to take advantage of supplier services. Chris is going to talk to you about that, and then Tiffany is going to talk to you about effective web presence. You've got to understand product differences. You've got to qualify people. You've got to do new networking. Networking is never going to be the same. You've got to find full price buyers. Full price buyers are the only way that you can make money in this industry. And to be blunt with you, you've got to eliminate bad prospects and customers, and otherwise other words, fire people who give you too much grief. And there's another Southern Plus coupon up there, and Burlacamp, which is a family-owned distributor that I've known Ken Burlacamp forever, and that is a supplier that will never let you down. And I'll bet most of you don't even know the industry history, and I cannot be critical of you. I didn't really know the industry history till about 5 years ago, but George Washington started kind of promotional products by using buttons to promote himself in his first presidential campaign. Then wooden specialties came along, calendars in the Farmer's Almanac, and then this fellow named Jasper Meeks started printing bags that kids took to schools to advertise his business. And then another fella, Henry over here on the right, he came along, and he is the one that perfected promotional products. Now that's just a little bit brief history, but if you want to know more of it, I've got that I can be happy to email. But I just wanted you to know that there's a lot more to this industry than you know about. And here is Chris Hodge, one of the finest people that I have ever known. And he's going to share his screen now, and he's going to talk to you about very cool Innovation Line supplier services. So can you do that, Chris, or can we try?
And Don, why not? Let's do it. Hi, everyone. Chris Hodge, Senior VP of Sales for Innovation Line. Thanks for hanging out. Don says I have 4 minutes here, so we'll get rolling pretty quick. Innovation Line is a family-owned company. We're not corporate owned. We're based in Southern California. Today I really want to talk about digital selling tools that we have for you to stay connected with your customers. One of the main things that you need to do is be planning with your customers for the third and the fourth quarter, talking with them on not just events and budgets, but what are their plans? Because the last thing you want them to do is just wait to the last minute, open up a web browser and type in what they're looking for and click on whoever's at the top of the screen. You can service them better and provide them with better pricing as well. So I'm going to talk about a couple of tools here in my brief time. And Don, I'm going to put my email address in here in the chat, chris@innovation-line.com. So one of the main digital tool I want to talk to you about today, and I'm going to play a short 40-second video, is Innovation Line can customize a video for you. And I've got a back to school video right now I'm going to show you, but we come out with new videos every 3 weeks or so. If you want one of these videos personalized for you, I can put your logo on the front end, I can put your contact information on the back end, and then you can send this out to your customers. So I'm gonna do a screen share here real quick. We'll play the video as an example, and then I'll give you a couple other ideas. So to make sure I am doing the right buttons here, hold on one second. Don, can you give me the presenters again? While you're trying to give me the presenters, I'll the controls to show the video. So in addition to this video, we also have a lot of social media content that's completely free. Here we go.
Okay.
Let me get to the right one. We will play our, okay. Cool. Now we're to our the custom video. I'm going to play it here really quick for everyone, and we'll keep going. All right, so you see your contact details there. So I can customize that video for you. Let me pause and show you a different application here. But you can email me your logo, and it takes us about 48 hours to put that video together for you. But I have social media content for you. I can do custom flyers for you. It's not so much that your customers are going to buy the back to school or the specific items on that page. It's all about you staying connected with your customer digitally. So if you want to learn more about that in more detail, feel free to reach out to me at my email. I'm happy to share our other. We've got a big library of digital resources that we can share with you. Okay, and then I'm going to stop my sharing here. And then the other thing I want to talk about in my last minute here is, let me just get to the right one here, is Don and I saw each other at ASI Chicago a few weeks ago, and normally people walk into the booth and say, hey, show me something new, show me something different. Oh, I'm working on this project. And that really didn't happen. People walked in and they asked two questions: how's your inventory and what's your production time? And because Innovation Line, we have been an FDA compliant sanitizer company since 1999. Last year was sanitizer crazy, like you knew, and masks and everything. So we were able, because of that, we were able to hold on to our entire workforce and actually hire people. So right now in today's marketplace, we're not struggling trying to rehire and train and all that. So I just wanted to show you this little slide. I can do rush production on certain 3-day rush on certain items. Our normal production time is 5 to 7 days. So this is for our domestic items. So if you want to, again, you want more details or whatever, feel free to reach out to me at my chris@innovation-line.com, and I'm happy to help. So with that, Don, I think that was my 4 minutes. So I'm going to stop my share and give you the all the fun back on your side. And I'll be hanging out to, hold on one second, let me change there you go. There you go, Don. You should have all the controls back now.
Okay.
For everyone. There we go.
Well, Chris is a fine person, and everything that he told you is absolutely the truth. And I did meet him in Chicago, and he is telling you the truth about people wanting to know about inventory shortages and things like that. And that is a real problem right now. And if you can go out and sell for suppliers like Innovation Line that have got products, you're going to be ahead of distributors who do not know who has inventory. But I want to bring this up right now. David Blaze is a friend of mine. He does selling programs that teach you how to do things. So if you're getting started or you need some direction on how to do this business, you can email David at smarteqp.com. He's got several training programs, but I'm just bringing this one up at this point in the presentation because in case you don't know the basics and you might be looking for some help, I would recommend you to contact David because he knows a lot of people. He knows how to do this industry. And if you're looking for further training, I would suggest that you contact him. Now, another thing that we're talking about is knowing industry history and selling for dependable suppliers, like you learned about Innovation Line. But like Quickie has been around since, I believe, 1946. So a lot of distributors don't know about Quickie, but they have the original QuickCoin, which is the little coin purse where people used to put coins in them. But now they use them for keeping, you can put your daily medication in it. They're not recommended to do that, but I put like my vitamins in them, and you can open them up, and they're real convenient to keep in your pocket. But like suppliers like industry are as good as it gets. And Quickie makes event tags, bag tags, magnets. They make all types of American-made products. They have been in business for, well, since 1946, that they've won more awards than you can shake a stick at. So a supplier like this would never, ever let you down. And you can get samples for Quickie at info@quickie.com. Another supplier that I know that's a legacy supplier is Edwards. Edwards has been around since 1867 making some type of clothing, and they do uniform programs now in the promotional products industry, and people don't know about Edwards. If they go to pitch somebody on custom clothing, if you tell people you're selling this to about who the supplier is they're buying from, they will let you charge them more. And Edwards has great customer service. Their people are trained to help you, not ignore you. Like these hedge fund suppliers and these huge suppliers, they just ignore you. They turn personnel so quickly that they can't train people to be able to help you. So hedge fund mega suppliers, and I'm not going to name them, people know who they are, they just churn people, and they're not in this for the long haul like a company like Edwards. Edwards has to have done the right thing to be able to exist today. And information like that is what makes you successful. And just like selling Unifree coming back, form programs, Edwards will teach you how to do it. Big hedge fund suppliers, they can't even train their own customer service place people, much less be able to train you on how to sell their products. And Edwards will do that. Brett Guerin at Edwards Garment, he will teach you how to sell uniforms to restaurants and bars. They all buy these things. And with that industry, all the times that I've gone to networking, I don't go there and act like people that hide in the corner. They don't want to talk to anybody. Why did they go to a networking event if they don't want to chat people up? I wear temporary tattoos to events. I went to TCU. I've got some little horned lizards spitting blood out of their eyes. I'll put them on my hand. I'll put them on my wrist. I'll go up to people and say, well, what do you think about this? And they go, oh, goodness, what is it? You talk about acquiring customers and meeting people. That's how you chat people up, by being different. But you chat them up about conversations that they like. It's just like Chris Hodge. He's an Aggie fan. Well, that gives us something to talk about because I went to TCU. It's just a little rivalry. That's the way you commit or you connect with people, is talking to people about things they like. And Sticker U has got the best tattoos in the industry for removable temporary tattoos. Promo at stickeru.com for samples. Now, plain business cards, I haven't used a plain business card in 25 years. If you're doing a little paper card, you're way behind the curve. Plain business cards only create boredom. Customers are acquired. Our customer acquisition is slowed by paper cards. Another great alternative I use are Lynn's cleaning cloths from Cloth Promotions. They are fold up in little pouches like you're seeing there with the Don Sanders marketing. And when they're unfolded, you can see them all apart. I'm using my shoes on my artwork there. I have gotten more prospects or business out of this type of business card than anything I've ever done. And Cloth Promotions has a brand new cloth that's an anti-fog cloth that keeps glasses from fogging up. Tyler.R at clothpromotions.com for information about doing self promos. Now let's talk about another version of a card that I've done well. I talked about Harvey on his lapel pin program. He also does seed paper products. I've got business cards of mine that are seed paper cards. On the front, you're seeing my shoes and my taglines. What does your marketing say about you? I've got a bunch of different taglines I print on those cards. On the back, it's got the instructions how to take that card and put it in water, then put it in soil, and it will grow a plant. You want to chat somebody up at a networking event, show them your seed paper business cards. And there's other seed paper products like coasters, postcards, coffee wraps, seed sticks. All of these things, when you show them to people, they know that you are a creative person, not a plain paper business card seller. And if you want to acquire customers, you've got to have expertise and knowledge. Too many distributors, they don't know anything. And when somebody comes along and says, well, I can buy that cheaper from somebody else, well, they probably can, but what's that product like? Southern Plus chairs hold 400 pounds. That's why they're more expensive than cheaper chairs that might hold 250. You want to be embarrassed, you sell some chairs to a customer and they break, you are dead meat on that deal forever. Brandon Craig will do a sales training seminar for you for like 20 or 30 minutes. If you want to email Brandon at southernplus.com, he will tell you how to sell chairs. He will tell you how to sell quality products, and he will tell you how product expertise steals orders from other distributors. And I'm not kidding you. I have taken a lot of orders from people because I know what I'm talking about, and you should as well. Now let's talk about customer acquisition. You need to pitch products that have multiple owners. Rightline is here in Dallas, and one of the best pen companies in the industry. And I am telling you, Mike McMillan from Rightline, he told me about why selling pens are are the right thing to do. I didn't know this till 10 years ago, that pens have 8 owners in their lifetime. And Mike told me that. He told me how much percentage of the industry is in the sale of pens, and Rightline only produces pens. That means when you want to buy pens, you're going to get some pens from a company that knows what they are doing. And you can get Alamo pen self promos right there on the screen. You get 200 pens for $20. They'll do a full color imprint on that clip. It is a wonderful self-promotion piece. Now let's talk about particular markets. The wedding market is booming. You're going to acquire customers by calling on trending markets. A lot of distributors go out and call on the same people. Well, the backlog of weddings is tremendous today. People that put their weddings off because of COVID are now having those weddings. Quickie, who I talked to you before about the little coin purse, they have magnets that are specific for weddings, and magnets are perfect to mail as invites or as reception reminders. They're as cute as they can be, and wouldn't you rather send that out than some boring old style wedding invitation? And if you'd like to have wedding magnet samples, info@quickie.com. I'm just trying to get you to think out of the box on the way to be able to sell. You need to find full price buyers. Acquiring customers, if you're going to get them, get good ones. Don't get cheap buyers. Bidders make no money. I don't bid on anything. I started bidding when I started this industry, and I would lose orders that I would only mark them up 20% and not get them. Who wants to do this if you can't make some money on this? Spend time that you would bidding, looking for cheaper suppliers that have cheaper prices. Let's say you sell an order and then you think, well, I want to make some more money. So you call 8 other suppliers trying to get a cheaper price. Do not do that. Don't beat suppliers up on price, because if you do, the buyers you're going to get are going to be two-faced, and as soon as somebody cheaper comes along, you're going to be out the door. Don't bid. Work with customers, clients that want to help you. You help them, they help you. They assist you, you assist them. That means they get back with you in a timely manner. They email you back, they don't stall you, and they don't shop you around. I'm not kidding you. You've got to deal with those kind of people. If you get in a pricing situation, you can email David at smarteqp.com. I'm sorry I'm going on about him, but he's got a buying program to where you can get preferential pricing from suppliers that belong to his buying power program. And there's like 100 of them. Email David and he will be able to help you about Smart EQP buying power. And if you're a member of his community, you can be independent. You don't have to share your business with anybody else. They have a chat service. They have a Facebook page. There are all kinds of ways with David's program that you can learn from your peers. I have learned so much from people that I learn every day. It's just like Chris Hodge. I did not know they had those selling videos till I saw him in Chicago. I've been doing this a long time. I learned something new. Not going it alone is the way to be successful. 80% of new distributors fail every year because they don't know what they're doing, because they don't have anyone to ask. Lack of knowledge destroys distributors on a daily basis. Another way to perfect the trade is to use digital cold calling. A great way to do that is to send product videos or to post them on Facebook and LinkedIn. Southern Plus has got 87 of them on their website. Here are 6 of the ones they've got on the screen. These are like 60 seconds, maybe 45 seconds. They're not long. Post these on LinkedIn and Facebook, and your friends and your business associates will get ideas from you, and they also know that you are real. You can get these at southernplus.com. Now, I've sold a lot of one-offs. People will say, well, Don, you know, if you sell one, you don't get much. But you know what? I have sold mats. I've sold one mat to a retirement community. Well, it ended up the holding company that owned that retirement community owned 28 properties. I ended up selling 10 of those 28 properties mats. But like signs, Sticker U has got die-cut yard signs now. They will do one sign and die cut it for you. You can use this to call on realtors. You can call on any company that does home service repairs and sell them one sign. And once you get them going, they will buy more signs. So if you don't know about Sticker U, they have come out with a custom sign program. All you have to buy is just one. Information is at promo@stickeru.com. Now, when you've perfected the trade, that means you know what you're doing. You know that the way to obtain clients is with the use of personalized samples. Apogee will produce a custom sample for you at no charge. That means they'll do an actual award for you if you send them a logo. John Gotcha, who's a really good friend of mine at Apogee, he will be happy to work with you on a sample. They have a Swag It Forward program where they will do the sample. They send the sample to your customer, and then you follow up with them. The response rate on this program from current customers is at least, or is 80%. For customers that you don't know, if you want to try and get a new customer, you'll get a response rate of 40 to 50%. Great way to get clients by using custom samples. And we're talking about expanding our efforts. I talked about Edwards before. Well, the lodging and vacation market is booming right now. If you're not calling on hotels, resorts, timeshare communities, they all need to buy uniforms. Brett Guerin, B. Guerin at edwardsgarment.com. He can help you sell uniforms. And I'm telling you, if you want to perfect the trade, you've got to be able to sell different products and different ideas, because you do not want to be like me. I did the Dallas Zoo volunteer program for 13 years and sold them over $100 grand in volunteer program products, but I never called on their uniform buyers at the zoo. I know that sounds crazy, but all people, all things at the zoo wear uniforms, including penguins. But restaurant employees, food cart staff, exhibit directors, tour guides, volunteers, they all wear uniforms at a zoo. How dumb was I? And I'm sitting here trying to tell you how to do this, and I admit that I was dumb. I never called on the uniform buyers at the zoo, even though I was out there at the zoo about every 2 weeks. And my contact would have said, Don, go over and call on so-and-so. They're a friend of mine. Never did that. B. Guerin at edwardsgarment.com can keep you from being like me in that instance. Now, the path to expanding efforts is to call on mat rental people, companies that are renting mats. That's the worst deal in the world for customers, is to rent mats. They pay like $40, $50 a month for some old cheesy mats that they bring out. They come and clean them about, my gosh, every 6 months. They look ratty. If you'll go after companies that are renting mats, you'll get a lot of business. I have a bank that I sold 22 mats from Logo Mats from that were renting mats that were nasty. And the mats that I sold them from Logo Mats are just absolutely wonderful. Sell people that are renting mats from mat rental companies. It's far cheaper for Logo Mats to sell them the mats and then let them tend to them than depending on a mat rental company that doesn't do anything but give you a bad mat. Now, breast cancer awareness products are going to be needed in October. With that coming up, you have got to get ahead of the curve. Cause marketers are not product pushers. They just don't go out and sell the cheapest thing. They plan on what they're going to sell. And with October coming and breast cancer awareness at the forefront of that month, Southern Plus has got the coolest pink products. And one thing that they've got that I love is this pink umbrella. And when that thing gets rained on, the imprints come out. So they appear off of the pink umbrella. You think about a cool thing that's really, really neat. Sell Cause Marketing Products, order entry at southernplus.com if you'd like to have one of those pink umbrellas. And I think that those are so neat. Now, on-demand distributors make big money. Sell rush orders. Amazon is giving you the greatest advantage in the world to sell rush orders if you can do them. It's just like Chris at Innovation Line. They'll turn some orders for you fast. Use suppliers that can deliver for you. If you can do that now, you will be ahead of 80% of the distributors who cannot handle rush orders. We make over 55% average on rush orders. I charge the heck out of people because I have the credit, I have the suppliers that I deal with, I can deliver. I want to make money on it. Clients on deadlines never care about pricing. Sell rush orders and be good at it. And I want to point out that $5 off an order coupon on the screen right now for Distributor Central. If you enter orders with Distributor Central, a lot of the great suppliers that are on their site will give you $5 off an order. I just wanted to mention that to you. Here's a supplier, Snugs, that can deliver. They have a Zip It next day shipping service on, I don't know how many products. I've looked at it. It is a bunch of products. No excuse. And on-time delivery, excuse me. Never miss rush order sales again. SnugZUSA.com can help you that. Get out there and sell those rush orders and take business from distributors who cannot do that. Now let's talk about firing those loser prospects and awful clients. I do this all the time. Losers only want cheaper prices. Fire them. Get rid of them. All they're doing is dragging you down. And those type of people are slow payers, bad communicators. Remember when we talked about looking for full price buyers and customers that share your traits? Well, those would be people that pay on time is one thing I want. I don't want people to dog me on my payment. There are some people that are never satisfied. They shop around, wait to the last minute. Get rid of them and find full price buyers. And I've got a nice Logo Mats coupon up there, a nice little offer from Sticker U. And there's ID Line, my favorite name badge company, with a free screen charge on name badges. Now here's another cool thing. You can FaceTime with clients. It is a great way to have a virtual meeting or a Zoom meeting with somebody just on the fly. What I do, if I'm going to call a customer prior to my call with them, I might pull up my past orders with them. And then when I call them, I'll say, why don't we just do a little FaceTime? Every time they'll say, sure, Don, I would love to do that. And with new phones, the new iPhones, you can share images in your FaceTime conversations. So I have a customer up in a music store that buys from me. I get luggage tags from Quickie for them, and I hadn't talked to my customer in a year, and I called him on the phone, and you know what? I showed him that image of my Mozingo music luggage tags that he had bought before, and dadgum, if he didn't give me a reorder on the phone right then, and I made $1,300. Use FaceTime to create impromptu virtual meetings. Info@quickie.com for samples. Now the Delta variant has created more mask buyers, and we're talking about masks. This is going to be come back, and it's going to be a hot seller. Gympire has masks, and their masks are guaranteed for 20 washings. They will prevent, their nose flap prevents eyeglass fogging. So if you want samples of masks from Gympire, it's Harvey@gympire.com. But a cool thing that he has is little emblematic jewelry that you can pin into blank masks to make them have an identification, or he's got the lanyards that go around to hold a mask on your face. I'm telling you, as Chris said, the mask business is booming, and get out there and sell them to your customer. Now let's talk about stadium compliant totes. Southern Plus has those. depending on COVID problems, appropriate items can be added to these bags. With the events coming up, what you could do is you could sell your customers the clear bags. And let's say the COVID, like in Dallas right now, you have to have a mask mandate. Well, if there was an event, why not put a mask inside the bag? If there's someplace you live that is recommending the use of hand sanitizer, take hand sanitizer and put a hand sanitizer in the bag. They're depending on what COVID does, you can do your marketing programs to meet the needs or the goals of what's happening around you. And remember, Southern Plus has those chairs that hold 400 pounds, and that's going to be helpful this fall when football tailgating arrives. Now, to find the very best clients, you need to do volunteer work. And I volunteer during elections. It's a never-ending opportunity because elections are going on it seems like every day. I don't know how there can be so many elections, but I do volunteer work at elections, and I meet a lot of like-minded people. But I have also met them at the Frog Club. I go to the Frog Club meetings and cocktail parties for TCU. And I'm going to meet like-minded people there. I have to go to the State Fair of Texas. I have done some work with them. You talk about meeting like-minded people, and there's the Dallas Zoo. You know, you did all those volunteer gifts for the Dallas Zoo. I didn't sell them the uniforms like I should have, but at least I know that I did was wrong, and I'm going to correct that. Now, to meet other like-minded people, that could be at alumni association meetings, neighborhood events, volunteer programs. That's where you meet your best like-minded customers, not out making cold calls. And we're talking about those mats. I've made a lot of money selling political fundraising mats, and you can get those from Miles Wadsworth, it's M. Wadsworth, at logomatsllc.com. You can raise money for a candidate by selling personalized mats with a family's name added to the regular mat imprint for, let's say, this Genevieve Collins who ran for Congress. I have gotten more traction in finding customers from doing political fundraising, working on elections, and I've done so well selling mats in those efforts. Now, shipping delays are prevalent. It doesn't matter if the supplier can produce the order if they can't be delivered on time. And I scare my clients every day by saying, you know what? Let's not dawdle around on that order because we don't know if it's going to be delivered when, now, or never. And at that point, it's out of my control. So I use shipping delays to create orders. Tell your customers up front that shipping is iffy. So let's go on and order now. There's a great Sticker U coupon, Trainer, great company for hospitality products and cups. Those are great coupons. And remember, use delays to sell orders. It will help you close. I also have custom catalogs that I get from Edwards. They're simple to create at the Edwards website. I can put my logo on the front of the catalogs like you're seeing there on the left. I can even add a tagline to the left saying, look inside the catalog. You will love the selections. Edwards.com to do this. You can post these on social media. You can also email them and text them to your customers. That is the way to keep in touch with your clients and prospects. And with more COVID problems coming every day, that's reviving the food truck business, and it's bringing takeout back. And I'm telling you, I think the takeout is going to be here for more. I think it's going to be here forever. It always has been. I think it's going to be even more popular. And Trainer has food containers and napkins and cups that are needed for truck food business or for takeout. And remember, with those food trucks, you want to meet an owner, go call on food trucks because the owner is always in their food trucks. And besides those hospitality products that food trucks need and takeout, food trucks also need chairs and tables to set up in front of their truck. Order entry at southernplus.com for food truck furniture. Let's just call it that. Now, teacher gifts are going to be needed, and lanyards are required for students going farther. Teacher bags you can get from Southern Plus. I think they're just absolutely cool. What teacher wouldn't want to have that? And you can be ahead of the class by selling lanyards. Snugz USA has a complete set of lanyards that you need for your schools. But vice principals, spirit committee, band directors, PTA presidents, they're the buyers for these products. Go call on your school. Like I went to TCU. I go call on TCU. I went to high school and I did stuff for my 20th, 30th, 40th reunion for Richland High School because I went to school there. Call on your schools or ones your children or grandchildren attend. That's how you get school business. Every one of my webinars, I talk about trading out products or services with your vet. I have done that forever with a vet out in Grapevine where I used to live. And my two older sister dogs, Betty and Gracie, there they are. They weighed 65 pounds apiece. I had to put them both down last year after 14 years. They lived a long, fruitful life. But I had a trade out with my vet, my products for their services. And with Betty and Gracie passing away, I just was honest with the vet. I said, you know, I got nothing to trade out because little Ruber, my little Chihuahua dog, I take her to a vet closer to my house where I live now. But I just was honest with the vet, and they said, no, Don, you can just charge us. We like doing business with you. I changed a trade out customer into a full price paying customer. And one thing vets need are mats. We've talked about mats a lot, but 13 million homes introduced pets to their families last year. Call on your vet and do a trade out, and also call on other vets for mats. They need them. And you talk about mats and making virtual samples. Virtual samples are very important. 65% of virtual sample orders, samples become orders, in my opinion. Here are 5 sample virtuals that I did for customers. I sold 4 of these: Virginia Cook, Module Storage, Castle Creek Manor, and Grand Bank. Grand Bank was the one that I told you about, the bank that was doing the mat rental business. And welcome to the best motor cord. I did a sample for the virtual sample for them, but that was right when COVID started. I couldn't sell them because they just stopped buying anything, but I sold 4 of my 5 virtual mat samples that I did. Virtuals at LogoMatsLLC.com. And price sellers, remember those cheap people, they cannot compete with creative selling techniques. And being creative is creating virtual samples. Now, you want to get the decision maker's attention, you go call on dentist. And what you do is the dentist goes through the back door of their office. Dentist does not go through the front door, they go through the back door. So go to dentist on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, leave a note, a 1 square foot mat from Logo Mats, and a catalog with a note at the back door. And I guarantee you on Monday, when the dentist comes by, they will pick that mat sample up and they will know that you are wanting to sell them mats. So if you want to get a decision maker's attention, that's how you do it. And you can also do a trade out with your dentist, your products for their services. Great way to get attention of buyers. You can do the same thing with realtors leaving mats and stuff at open houses before they get there to do an open house on a Saturday or Sunday. Now, successful distributors use suppliers who answer phones, return calls, and you can understand them. What I'm talking about is those mega suppliers that are using offshore customer service people you cannot understand. I'm not ragging on anybody, but I cannot understand people with heavy accents. So when I deal with Quickie, I am talking to someone in Akron, Ohio, not Manila. A bunch of these big mega suppliers are contracting their customer service work out of Manila, and they are not knowledgeable because they don't really know Quickie products. They just answer the phone. So if I want to make a deal, I need to know why I need to sell a product. I can call Quickie up and talk to their customer service people. Not only can I understand them, but they can tell me how to sell their products. And Quickie makes magnets, bag tags, and that cool little Quickie oil I talked to you about. Info@quickie.com. And dominating the market means using suppliers not facing product shortages. Here's another supplier that doesn't have shortages. Snug Z has got drinkware in stock right now, where a lot of suppliers don't. So if you need drinkware products, you can get it from Snugs. And they also have a promotion on their sanitizer, where when you buy one sanitizer, they will give you one for free, and they donate those to charities in the Salt Lake City area. And that is for, I believe, their 8-ounce spray bullet sanitizer. So that is a great way to know how to get customers, by selling for companies or suppliers who have inventory. Now let's talk about mats and hand sanitizer again. Snugs has got 120-ounce containers. Those are going to be needed to fill up sanitizing holders, which are in office buildings more than ever now. But you need mats to be able to identify where these stations are. And you can get those from Logo Mats, combination of using Snugs for their 120-ounce containers, for using bulk sanitizer, and then use mats to show where those stations are. And the contacts you would call on would be materials management, building managers, or leasing agents. Mats and sanitizers in buildings are never going away. Just like when you're calling on those buildings, a lot of these big offices have uniforms for staff, cleanup crew, different people like that. So if you're looking to call on companies, big office buildings for mats, sanitizer, also show them uniforms. Edwards has those uniforms. I've told you that previously, but there are also buyers of uniform programs at other companies like healthcare, hospitality, transit, large hotels. There's all the buyers that you would need to call on. B. Guerin at edwardsgarment.com. Brett's a fine person, and he can show you how to sell those uniform programs. So think out of the box in your selling today. Now, annuity product selling is how to dominate distributors. Badges are the greatest annuity in the industry besides calendars. We used to do a lot of name badge programs for the big hospitals in Dallas. We would get continuous reorders, and I would keep, well, bad distributors away because they could not compete with my badge program expertise. And I used ID Line for all of my badges. They have window badges, they have plastic badges, they have metal badges, but one of the cool badges that they've just come out with are wooden badges. I think they're really neat. So if you'd like to have a badge sample kit, Jay Anders at idline.com. Can't say enough about them. And I promise, I swear it's my last pitch on David Blaze. I just like David. I think he's really a smart guy. He has a program called Total Market Domination. And you can email him at david@smarteqp.com and ask him about that program, because he will tell you how to navigate things today, going forward, and how to sell more orders. So he's got, I believe, 5 of those programs, plus his Smart EQP, and I think he can give you the advice that you really need. Now, next month, our speaker is going to be Mike McMillan from Rightline. I've known Mike for 30 years, and he's in Dallas here where I live, and he's going to tell you about selling those inexpensive pins and how that creates multiple buyers. And I want to point out again, here's my 200 pins for $20. That's a great deal, and because those pins are really nice quality. And you can email him, mike.mcmillan@rightlineusa.com. Now, here are all the email addresses for all of the suppliers that we've talked about. And if you'd like to have the replay of this webinar, if you will email me after the webinar, don@sellpromoproducts.com. This after Tiffany talks, I will email you the replay, and I will also email you the sheet, or that slide that I just showed you with all the email addresses. And I've talked myself to death, so I'm going to be quiet now. Please listen to Tiffany. She is going to enlighten you so much. So she's going to take control of the screen now. And if you will please let her tell you about technology, she can help you as much as anybody in the industry. Tiffany, are you there?
I am. Thanks so much, Don. Thanks everyone for hanging out a little bit longer. I am going to show you my screen. And again, my name is Tiffany Tarr. I'm the Vice President of Sales at Distributor Central. And I was going to just kind of go through a handful of things. If you're not familiar with Distributor Central is a completely free resource to you as a distributor. We have thousands of distributors that are using Distributor Central to save them time, make them more efficient, and save money. And Distributor Central is a resource that is sponsored for distributors by all of these great suppliers that Don has spoken about today, and Chris Hodge that has joined us today. So this is all completely sponsored for you by suppliers within the industry. So it's a way for you to be able to research suppliers' products, find product ideas for your customers, create presentations and quotes, but it also has different ideas and ways that you can repurpose some of the really great content that suppliers are putting out there. Anytime suppliers are sending out email blasts, there is a whole section right on your dashboard that will show you all of the current specials that are going out from suppliers right now. You can take these flyers, repurpose them on a website, send them out to your customers with your content and your information on them, and use them in your mail campaigns, in your direct mail campaigns or your email campaigns. So Distributor Central provides you the ability to research products, see really great products that are on special, and it's a completely intelligent search solution as well. So it's actually going to get smarter the more that you're using it. The last couple of days, it looks like I've been searching for umbrellas and some leather products. And so now the system knows that that's what I've been looking for, and those are some things that are some trends that I've been researching a little bit through the system. And so it's going to start recommending products to me. And when Don and I started doing this, oh my gosh, 18 months or so ago, one of the very first things that we came back out, that we put together was a website when the pandemic started that helped distributors quickly get PPE types of products out to their customers, products that would help them work at home or schooling at home. And so I just thought this is one of the very first kind of themed websites that we did during the pandemic, and I wanted to bring this back up. It's still very relevant. Product information is still changing. If you did not put one of these together, it's a very, very quick process. Our team will even do it for you. We will switch out the logo, make sure that the color scheme matches your logo, switch out the content or the contact information, and help you put your social share information in on that website. But you could have a website up and running in just a couple of minutes, and if you're uncomfortable doing it, again, our team will do it for you. Distributor Central will provide you the website tools. We'll provide you the ability to host your domain name at absolutely no cost to you. So I was just going to point out a couple of websites that I really like and kind of were in theme with what Don was talking about today. Don had mentioned that 65% of products that get a virtual turn into a reorder or turn into an actual order. Distributor Central also has a virtual design website available to you as well. It's a limited product set, so you don't want to overwhelm your customer, but this website template will allow your customer to add their logo right to your website. And once your customer uploads their logo to your website, it will take their logo and it will apply it to all of the products that have this imprint location set up on them, so that your customer can see what that product would actually look like with their logo on it. So it's going to take it and it's going to apply it to all of the products that are on this website. So this whole template would be very customized to your customer and their logo, and give them an idea of what lots of products would look like. And this is another tool or another feature that you can use from Distributor Central at absolutely no cost to you. And then one of the questions I get is, are your websites, do they all look very cookie cutter or templated? We have tons of templates in DC, but they're all very customizable. They're all very modern and in line with current web design features. So there's all different kinds of ways that you can either segment your markets or segment your customers and send them to sites that are brand specific or industry specific. And another thing I've been seeing a lot of distributors doing right now is creating a pop-up shop. So because the holidays are coming up and they need to capture information from that end user customer on where it's actually going to be shipped and maybe size of apparel, they've been creating pop-up shops through their Distributor Central account with those products that their customer has identified as maybe holiday gifts or apparel for next year. And they're going ahead and getting those out to their customers now, so that they can start capturing where it needs to be shipped to, the sizes, and getting those orders in now to suppliers so that they're in front of any shipping delays and or delivery delays. So those are other ways that you can use your free Distributor Central account to create a very streamlined technology solution for you and your customer, and let your website help you sell by capturing shipping information, delivery information, so that you can get a more formed order over to your suppliers for maybe drop shipping or those types of things. And then this is kind of the lull in the season where we've talked about all of the things that we've rolled out for 2021, and we're starting the process of rolling out some new development and new technology for 2022. And I sent out a survey today, and that survey is in relation to what distributors need from like an accounting or from an accounting software solution. So that's the next thing that we're starting to map out development for 2022 is integrations for QuickBooks, integrations for HubSpot, MailChimp, and WordPress. And so we do have the MailChimp integrations already there, but we're working on making it a more robust integration so that your website can really full circle complete that selling process, as well as more efficiently give you accounting and more efficiently give you CRM tools that you can start segmenting and creating more targeted marketing for your customers in 2022, because that's going to become even more important than it has been over the last several years. But if you don't have a Distributor Central account, please reach out to us and we will get you an account set up. Our team will help you get a website set up. I can answer any questions that you have. You can always reach out to me or info@distributorcentral.com and let us know how we can be a resource to you. Dawn, that's all I have today.
Tiffany, you did an absolutely wonderful job. And if anybody would like to have the replay of this, which includes Tiffany's presentation too, and Chris, it's don@sellpromoproducts.com if you would send me an email. And as always, Tiffany gives the greatest information. I always learn something from her, and I learned about Chris and his product videos today, which I think is very, very cool. So I want to thank everybody for turning out today. If you'll email me, don@sellpromoproducts.com, I will send you the complete replay of this and those email addresses for those suppliers. And we'll have our webinar next month. And I hope everybody has a great day, and we will talk to you the next month. And I hope business is great for you. Thanks.